Okay, I'm in Nice in the summer of 1976. Right behind me is the neighborhood around Société Générale. Everything looks normal, but one of the most famous bank fights history is about to happen here.
And the strange part is, nobody above ground seems to notice a thing.
At first glance, this street looked completely ordinary. A busy avenue in Nice, a bank in the middle of the city. People walking past, cars moving through traffic, shop windows open as usual. But in July 1976, beneath this normal-looking street, a group of men were preparing one of the most daring bank robberies France had ever seen. Their plan was not to enter through the front door, not through the lobby, and not by triggering alarms. Instead, their route was hidden below the city, through the sewer system, through a tunnel, and straight toward the vault of Société Générale. By the time anyone understood what had happened, the thieves were gone, and millions of francs had disappeared with them. The target was not a random place. Société Générale sat in the heart of Nice, surrounded by traffic, pedestrians, shops, and ordinary city life. And that was exactly what made the plan so bold. Because the robbers were not hiding somewhere far away. They were working beneath a living city. Above them, people walked to cafes. Cars passed through the streets. The bank opened and closed like any other day. But below the pavement, a tunnel was slowly moving closer to the vault. And almost nobody had any reason to look down.
Something feels wrong here. Those men have been watching the entrance for a while. If I'm right, this isn't starting at the front door.
It's happening underneath us.
But the real story was not happening at the entrance, it was happening underground. The robbers had found a way into the sewer system beneath Nice. From there, they began moving toward the bank from below. This was not a quick smash-and-grab robbery. It needed patience, planning, tools, and the confidence to work in a place where no one was supposed to be looking. Above them, the city kept moving, but beneath the pavement, the distance between the tunnel and the vault was getting smaller. And when the moment came, the bank's strongest walls would not matter as much as everyone thought.
I found it. This is how they got under the street. They didn't break into the bank, they dug toward it. The vault is somewhere down there.
From the street above, almost nothing gave the plan away. But below the city, the robbers had reached the most important point: the vault. This was where the safe deposit boxes were kept, deep inside the bank, behind walls that were supposed to protect everything inside. And that was what made the tunnel so dangerous. If they could reach the vault from below, they did not need to force their way through the front of the bank. The entrance, the lobby, and the usual security path all became almost irrelevant. Then, during a quiet holiday weekend, they made their move. Inside the vault, box after box was opened: cash, jewelry, documents, private valuables. By the time the city woke up, the robbery was no longer just a plan beneath the street. It had become one of the most audacious bank heists in French history.
Now everyone knows something huge happened here. The police found the route not through the doors, but under the street. The thieves reached the vault through the sewer system. That's why Nice woke up to one of the boldest bank robberies in French history.
After the robbery, one name became tied to the legend more than any other: Albert Spaggiari. He was the man most famously linked to the Nice bank heist, and when he was arrested, the story already sounded unbelievable. But then it became even stranger. In March 1977, during a court hearing, Spaggiari distracted the judge with a document. Then he moved toward the window and jumped. He landed on a parked car below, escaped on a waiting motorcycle, and disappeared.
Today, Albert's trial begins here. Behind me is the courthouse where he is being questioned. Wait, that's him.
The money was never fully recovered. The full truth became harder to separate from rumor, confession, myth, and later claims. But that may be why the story survived. Because the Nice bank heist was never remembered only for the money. It was remembered for the way it happened, A vault reached from below, a message left behind, and an escape that sounded almost too cinematic to be real. Decades later, the robbery is still remembered as one of the most cinematic heists France has ever seen.